Welcome to Door Kickers 2. This is the first look at it. Well, from you guys, I've played a little bit, at least halfway through. But today we're going to do a little bit of a tutorial. A little bit of a tutorial and some gameplay on the game itself. So, we're going to do some tips, some valuable information that you need to know. Number 1, you should be using the M4. If you would like to, you should be using the M4. It's pretty good. It has slower fire rate, but has more stopping power. There's the MK18, doesn't have much stopping power, but you can go fast with it. MK17, it just has a lot of stopping power. I sometimes use it in the close quarters. I actually sometimes prefer to use the MK17 carbine. And that's what we're going to use now, actually. It's just better in my opinion. But if you're new, I would advise using the M4A1 with the sauced rounds. After that, you're going to spawn in. And of course, like normal controls, it's left click to move, or right click to aim. And you also should have one, I should have said this in the menu, but you should always have one breach charge guy. And you should also have one flashbang guy. Jesus. You should have one flashbang guy. So in that case, we're going to go over all these buttons right now. So, crouch, you don't really use this as much, just kind of skip over that. Run, if you need to go behind cover quickly or run away from an enemy ambush or something, you could use that. Delete waypoint, if you do that and you didn't want to, you can go like that and delete it. And then switch secondary and primary. Don't use this because there's no point in it really, unless you don't have time to reload. Most of the time you do though. And of course we have the action keys. I call them the action keys. These are used to sync your assaults. If you want an in-depth tutorial on them, I will either make a video on it if it's recommended for you guys, or you could just look it up. And these of course are for your utility, like flashbangs and breach charges. So because this place has no doors, as you can tell, there's no doors around, there's no doors you can breach, we're going to have our flashbang guy go first. But if there is doors, you should usually be having your breach charge guy go first. But in this case it's different. So you should have one guy throw a flashbang in, and then after that, you're going to go this way. You're going to aim that way, and you should be aiming this way and that way until everybody's dead, and then that way. Then you should be turning this way until everybody's dead. Go this way and that way. And it should look like that, and it should be, that's how you use the action keys. Do like that. And another example is, let's say you want these guys to move up at the same time. Even though they usually do, you can just make them both go at the same time for some reason. You shouldn't, but you can. Like, see if you want them to do that. And then of course we'll flashbang this room. We should have him doing that. Throw a flashbang in. He'll go in this way and start aiming in that room early, and then this guy should move in and go like that. And this is a situation where you can and probably will use the go codes, and you should use them. This is for wait for clear, don't move until there's no enemies in sight. So that means you can use this for like single plan missions, but I prefer not to because you can just get no plan B, which is a game with you can only make one plan, and if that fails, you can't change it while they're in action. So if you want to do something like that, go get that game. But if you're like me, you should probably be doing this. It should look something like that. And there's no enemies in sight, so now they can move forward. So we have this guy will move up, and he'll be covered by this guy. So he'll throw a flashbang onto that car. And then he should be moving like that, and then this guy will move over here. And I should use the go codes. You can also use this and do that. So you can use that for synced assaults. and it's very useful, as you can tell. So if you don't want to breach the room and have a flashbang guy throw in a flashbang into the room and put himself in danger, you should make one guy from across the room throw a flashbang, and then this guy will go like that and kill the enemy. So that's a guide on how to use most of the controls that you need to know. If you need to know some in-depth controls or complicated controls, you can find it anywhere else. Now going to wood doors, and after that tutorial, we are now just going to do some raw gameplay and have a good time. So our plan is here to have the breacher guy should always go first, as I said earlier. And I didn't teach this, but you should have a guy covering him. And this thing is a sniper. If it's green, that means he has a perfect shot and he will not miss. It's impossible unless he moves. And this guy's a veteran. He has very good aim. He has frag grenades and such. So you want to kill him early, because if you're being held down somewhere, he can throw a flashbang and end your entire siege in 1 second. So our plan here is to go like that and kill him, because he's pretty dangerous. And then after that, we're going to have one guy throw a flashbang right there, because most of the time is enemies right there. And by the way, if you don't have anybody selected, right click is to draw. So you can draw things. Like in the co-op, you can use that to communicate, like there's an enemy in this room and you can analyze stuff. If you want to look up advanced tactics, you can tell that there's like, if there's enemies or like tips or something, how many enemies there are, like something to sit right there, stove, there's drinks and such they can analyze, there's knives. So you'll do that and he'll throw in a flashbang. And breach. And there we go. And that should be, there's only one guy who got injured. Yeah, one got injured, one didn't get shot at all. So that's a good thing. We'll have this guy, I believe he's our flashbang. Him go over there, he'll provide coverage for the hull. He'll throw in a flashbang over there. So after that, there should be some enemies in here. So we'll have this guy set up a breach charge over here. Well, this guy gets ready to throw a flashbang. And there we go. Now this guy should be behind us just watching coverage, because enemies in this game do not stand still. They do have to move sometimes. So my plan is for this guy to set up a breach charge over here real quick. Well, this guy get ready to throw a flashbang in. That'll blow up. He'll go in there. Boom. Then this guy should throw in a flashbang over there. There could be an enemy in there, so you should get back. You should get back. You should be aiming right there. Alright, what we're gonna do, we're gonna throw a flashbang over there and rush that room. Yep, knew that was gonna happen. So let's clear that room real quick. He'll get on him and arrest him. Remember, VIPs can run. Sometimes they do and try to run, but you need to have eyes on them usually, and you should. I'm on version 5, by the way, so I might not have the exact same things everybody else has. So you have slap charge guy and flashbang guy. You should have, if you have a 4-man team, make sure there's 2 slap charges, 2 flashbangs. You shouldn't have 2 flashbangs next to each other and 2 slap charges next to each other, because there's no point in that. So our plan here is to get him that symbol. Whenever you get close to the door, that kicking symbol means it's able to be kicked down. Like it's within interacting distance. This guy should put a breach on there. And then when that happens, you should move back, aim, and they should get ready. And then after, you can plan. My plan is to have this guy go in and then aim this way until everybody's done. And then that way. And then you should have this guy go in and then we'll go from there. And you should also be using action keys still. such as Alpha. You can use Bravo, but I don't really find a use for that. And you can just do this. And that's all the enemies down, and the entire thing completed with only one man getting hurt. 2 civilian casualties though, so we need to redo that plan. We should be getting, our plan here is to get, let's switch up our plan a little bit actually. We'll have the flashbang guy throw one there, and we'll have the other flashbang guy throw one there. That guy move in. It's non-lethal, so that's good. And the civilians can flee. Remember, by the way, your units can sometimes, you know, I forgot what I was going to say. Pain. They can do stuff like that, and they can hide behind cover and fire at you, which can lead to you ending the mission prematurely. And there we go, and that's perfect. Next mission, Why We Fight. This one's a bit tricky. We want to swap out that guy for that guy. Flashbang guy, stop charge guy, flashbang. There we go. So your plan here should be to have this guy put a thing right there, and then this guy should throw a flashbang in there. It's a very, I'm not giving you a guide on how to beat this, but I'm also kind of giving you a guide on how to beat this. Go back and you want to throw a flashbang. Where can you throw one? Jeez. That exposes line of fire. So I'll throw a flashbang over there. And you can throw a flashbang over there. You'll breach. You'll go right there. But this guy will go over here. He should be aiming that way. This guy should be aiming this way. All enemies should be being killed right now. And that should be most of them. So this guy will move up, put one of these on, and this guy should be covering him. This guy will put a breach charge on that, and this guy will check this corner. After that blows up, he'll move in, throw a flashbang in that room, and he'll be covering. That door is already open, who knows? Just in case, there's nobody in there. There shouldn't be. So there should be a prisoner in here, I believe. Hopefully there's nobody in here. Alright, you should be throwing a flashbang over there. Put a breach charge on there. You'll move up here, actually. This guy will get up here. This guy will be right here. So this guy should throw a flashbang over there because that area is not cleared yet. There could possibly be a suicide bomber over there, so we'll throw a flashbang in there. Yep, I believe that was a suicide bomber. And there we go. Next video. The next one is Rescue at Dawn. This one for me is incredibly difficult, so I'm just gonna kind of skip that one. Gate crashes. This one is a bit, you know, complicated. I already did this one, so you know, I'm just gonna. Yeah, this one's a bit insane. Uninvited guest. Now this one is a bit easier, in my opinion. But you should have one right there. They should both be going the same way, to be honest. So I'm gonna do that. So we have flashbang and breach. So let's have breach charge guy. While he gets ready at the door. He should just kind of be covering that way. And then that'll blow up. You'll go that way. Aim down there. They'll both be aiming down there and lighting this area up. of A and A and go. All enemies should be down. We'll throw a flashbang in that room and you'll move up and clear that room. And then we'll go back, he'll breach this room and cruise it in there. Suicide bomber. Oh. Well, let's just... That didn't happen. That did not happen. It just exploded. That was kind of... Huh, who knew that this bomber was going to explode? A, fire! Ooh, that was close. Have this guy throw this in here. You'll throw a flashbang in there. And you'll just kind of... You'll still provide cover out here, while this guy goes in here. There's a flash. Cover him real quick. Oh no. That was their fault. They just kind of threw a frag grenade at the hostage. Yes, smart idea. A and A. Go. Nope. So let's wait for a little bit. Have flashbang. Go over here. Throw one over there. I'm hoping there's nobody in here. All enemies should be dead in that area. This is very dangerous, but we should have one guy open the door over here. We'll have you come over here and open this door. We'll stay back. Be ready to fire at that door. Crap. I knew that was going to happen. I just went boop, and it just exploded. Yeah, we have to be careful of that because there's one guy in here who's ready to commit not live while running at us with a bomb. That's very scary to think about. And go! I'm gonna try that again. God! Are you kidding me? He did it again. So let's move in. The reload time isn't the best on this gun. Was that a, oh, well, we had no choice there. There's nothing really to do. Well, hopefully, I'm hoping we can do this, but it's getting more faded. I'm not sure if the, well, I think that's the only guy here, so let me just put some of that on there just to be safe. Alright, that area is safe. Throw a flashbang in there. That's a powerful gun. It's a pistol. I question. That guy covered in this room. This guy with a little flashbang in there. He'll provide cover. I'm just gonna watch this guy. Run to the exit. Pro tip, run to the exit. Run to the exit. There's still somebody in that room. There's lots of flimsy doors. So this guy should be running to the exit. There we go. And 3 stars. That was a lot harder than I thought it would be. But yeah. A quaint little man. Capture the target. Alright. So let's just erase these 2. I don't really use support that much. So flashbang. That's not good. No, I want you to swap. Flashbang, breach, flashbang, breach. Alright, so we'll have you throw a flashbang over there. You'll throw a flashbang over there. Now you say they're here? Strange. Right. Throw a flashbang, either a flashbang over there. Oh. I'll have this guy move up a little bit and just throw a flashbang over there. We have no sniper support. When was that door open? Did it just open by itself? I'm so confused. So let's have you come in. Let's stop right there. Have you in that area. Then we'll have you. So we'll have you. You should be over here. I just kind of zoned out there. That was very awkward. But this guy should be right there. You should be already throwing a flashbang. And so that's the tip that you should be using to do that. And you gotta secure the target now. And that's the last thing that we should be doing. We should have everybody securing the area. After that very awkward moment of 30 seconds of silence. Dang it. We lost 1 unit and got 2 stars, but it's fine. After that, we are now going to end this part, and next we're going to complete the next 2 missions on Tiny Troubles. See ya.